Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. So in today's video, I am cleaning and organizing my refrigerator. I know I've showed you guys in previous videos me cleaning my fridge or cleaning out my fridge or trying to organize it, but I have never done a full overhaul and properly bought specific containers to organize my fridge. So if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Michelle. I have 3 boys and we are expecting a little baby girl. I am 26 weeks pregnant right now, which seems so crazy. So with the new year and all of that, I am trying to organize my space, my house, my mind, everything involved, so that when the new baby comes in April or whenever she does decide to come, that I will be a little bit more organized, a little bit more relaxed, because clutter in your life and in your home is definitely not relaxing. Another reason for cleaning out my fridge and organizing it properly, it is because it is a crazy disaster. It's a mess. We have a ton of food waste, which definitely makes me upset because we cannot find anything. We keep stacking everything at the front of the fridge. Everything that's at the back, we do not end up seeing, and there's so much stuff that is just going to waste, whether it's cheese or any other dairy product or meats or produce and things like that, and that is no good, especially in a world where food is so expensive, and feeding a family of 5 or 6 or even just yourself and your spouse is a ton of money. Like, it acts for a huge amount of your budget monthly, so we are just trying to be more sensible and not waste as much food. The second reason for doing it is because we are trying to educate our older boys who are 7 and 9 to make wise, healthy food choices. We definitely give them a free range for snacks, but they do have limits when it comes to sweets. So they are eating a ton of fruit and vegetables and peanut butter and hard-boiled eggs and cheese sticks and yogurts and granola and a ton of really good healthy foods. But it's definitely a lot more difficult for them to motivate themselves or to find the food when they open up the fridge and it's a bunch of cardboard boxes or packaging or everything's kind of jumbled. You guys are gonna see at the end of this video how it turns out. And I hope this is helpful for you guys as well, whether it's just for you or you and your husband and you're trying to make some healthier food choices or trying to be a little bit more decluttered, or whether you're trying to educate your children as well to eat healthy and be a little bit more organized and waste less food. I hope this video is helpful for you guys. I always strive to make videos that are going to be helpful for everyone who's viewing them here on my channel. So right before I get started, if you guys are new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. It is totally free to do so. No one's charging you anything to do it. It just means that you will get to see when my videos do go up here on my channel, and turn that bell on so that you don't miss when I post that video. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so now that I've cleaned out all of my containers, I'm just letting them sit here to dry. So I ended up getting all of these at the Dollar Tree, which were really awesome and inexpensive. I am definitely planning on rehauling this whole fridge. As you guys can see, it is a disgrace. We were gone all weekend to Alex's hockey tournament, and coming back and adding food to the fridge, we just weren't organizing it. We were exhausted. So we added a ton of stuff to this, and now we could barely find anything in the fridge. It's definitely time to overhaul it and clear it out. The first thing I like to do when I'm organizing anything is pulling everything out and cleaning it. That way it gives me the opportunity to clean out the space, and it also gives me the chance to check all the stuff that's in there, find the things that have been buried at the back for weeks, and really use the food that we have in the house, and we're not wasting as much food this way. Food waste definitely hurts my heart because these are farm grown, and in the area where we live, it is really hard to get fresh local produce at this time of year. So it is important for me anyways to make sure that we are eating the food instead of wasting it. When cleaning out the space, I'm going to be using the Method All-Purpose Cleaner in the Clementine scent. I really love this scent. It's very spring and summery and just gives it a really good vibe. I always strive to use natural cleaning products and natural products around our house, especially when it comes to products that are going to be touching our food or dishes or things like that. These are things that you're going to be ingesting in your body, so it's really important not to use toxic chemicals in your refrigerator and on your dishes and things like that. I have been guilty of doing it in the past when I was naive and ignorant to the fact that these products were going into your body. But now that I know, I really make sure that these products are all natural, and it's just healthier for me and my family as well. As you can see, I'm not going to be taking out every drawer and every shelf because the fridge is actually pretty clean. There's just a few different areas that needs to be wiped down, and then there's a few shelves and drawers, as you can see, that I'm completely taking out to spray down and use my Mrs. Meyer's dish soap on them.
Happy days be our guest, happy days manifest. Let's stand together, put a smile on our faces, fill us up with your grace and make us better. Dress us for all weather. Shelter, everyone's free, and the best they can be. Tall grass sing songs and trees play a symphony. Ooh, imagine what we would do. Happy days be our guest, happy days manifest.
So now that the fridge is totally clean and shiny and sparkly, it is time to start refilling it and organizing it as well. I'm going to first start by looking at all of the items that I have to fit back in this fridge. There seems to be so much when it's laid out here. We have a ton of food. I don't know what it's going to look like once it's all packed away, but I'm definitely going to sort through it, organize it, and make sure that it's good. These pop bottles were actually for our parents who were here over the weekend, so I'm not sure if I'm going to put those back in the fridge because they haven't been used yet. We'll just have to see if there's room. As I am putting everything back in the fridge, you guys are probably noticing that I'm checking all the expiry dates and making sure that they're all still good. Certain items we don't use a lot, and those are the items I'm going to be putting in the bottom. I also like to organize them by group like items. So at the top of the shelf, you'll see all of our breakfast items. We also have all of our salad dressings and toppings. And then we have kind of like our Asian section, which we don't use a lot. And then a section for sandwiches and burgers and things like that.
Put a smile on our faces, fill us up with your grace and make us better. Dress us for all weather. Abby's, I wonder who we'd be.
I started off by putting all of my organization containers in the fridge so I can kind of try and plan out where everything is going to go. Even though we are using these mainly for boys' snacks and things like that, I wanted to make sure that everything kind of fit around it. So here you'll see me put just things that aren't going to go in those containers in the fridge to make sure everything works. And then we will stack those up later.
At ease in the great mystery. Happy days be our guest, happy days manifest. Let's stand together, put a smile on our faces, fill us up with your grace and make us better. Happy days be our guest, happy days manifest. Let's stand together.
So far, Easton has been loving the camera, but he doesn't always like it when I'm talking to this plastic box. So he wanted to say hello. So it's always really nice for me to get to stop what I'm doing when I'm super busy and just give him a quick cuddle and a kiss. So that is what I was doing right there.
Put a smile on our faces, fill us up with your grace and make us better. Dress us for all weather.
Alright, so now for the fun part of organizing all of these items. I still have a ton of things that need to go in that fridge. You guys are seeing a lot of plastic and packaging and just, it looks terrible and junky. So I'm going to utilize these plastic storage containers for all of these snack items. I'm going to first start with these Oikos yogurts. I'm finding them kind of really junky and the cardboard box is falling apart, and it's harder for the boys to see or reach for when they're in this gross packaging. I'm also going to be doing the same thing for our Yolk yogurts and any kind of other snack items that are in packagings as well.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something.
Now that all of the things are in those storage containers, I'm just going to go through the pile that I have left and throw out any packaging and plastic and any food that's gone bad into this trash can. These are all items that are not recyclable, and then I will throw out the stuff in the recycling bin as well. I'm also using these plastic containers. I normally prefer glass, but for today I'm using these plastic ones that I paid 50 cents for at the dollar store to put fruit and vegetables in that are easy access for the boys for snacks. I find these are more visually appealing. When things are more visually appealing to children especially, I find they seem to gravitate towards them. We're going to just wash them all up and put them in there. I am basically using the same method for our citrus fruit, and I'm stopping real quick to admire my growing belly. I don't look at myself full body in the mirror very often just because I'm self-conscious a little bit during pregnancy, but I did stop to admire it real quick. So I'm adding all of my citrus fruit to this basket as well. I find that the clear acrylic in the fridge looks so much nicer than these big giant boxes or plastic packaging or anything like that. The acrylic matches with the inside of the fridge and everything just looks really flawless. Now that I'm done all of that, I am putting everything back into the fridge and trying to make sure that it looks really visually appealing for the kids and really making sure that it's at their height as well so that they can see that first thing when they open the fridge.
Like every word is so translucent, so real. Oh, won't you tell me how you do it? Now I'm high, but the buzz in the room, surrounded by people I couldn't care, yeah. But nobody but you. Sway, move me now, baby, dance, give in to the moment. With you, under streetlights, right next to the skyline. With you, yeah, you. I've been listening to so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer. I don't make this. You look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright.
Alright, so now that I'm done doing the whole fridge, I quickly pulled everything out and cleaned it, but it was not too dirty. I really like to take everything out so I can work with a clean slate when I'm going on at it, but now that I'm completely done the fridge, this is what it looks like. So we have a tremendous amount of cottage cheese here because I mentioned that in my Costco haul. The boys and Ryan really enjoy it. I have got some sour cream because we are doing something that requires sour cream. Hummus is a staple in our house, and we get these at Costco because they are cheap and they're good, and it's just the traditional hummus. I've got my cilantro in this little thing that I ended up getting at the Dollar Tree. I don't typically have cilantro, but when I do have herbs and stuff, it's good to have in the fridge. And then my eggs. Now that I'm looking at the fridge, I think I'm gonna need like an egg organizer just to make it look uniform and nicer. But we typically have like 3 or 4 dozen eggs in the house because we eat so many eggs. And then these are all the organizers and how I organize them. So it's gonna be a lot easier for the boys to grab. This shelf Alex can grab really easily. Aiden will require some help, but he'll be able to grab it pretty good. So I just got all of their yogurts in here for school and snacks or breakfast or whatever they want. These individual cheese sticks are just easy for them to grab as a snack and go. Easton's applesauces are in the back. He really likes those, so I have some of them in the cupboard and then some in the fridge. Moving down to this shelf, I have all of our cuties here that are super easy for them to grab and go. Easton really likes these and the boys will eat them as well. I also have some grapefruit back here because I've been enjoying them a lot during this pregnancy. In this one right here, we have some yogurt tubes, which Easton likes. The boys will take them to school as well. And then some yolks, which we don't normally buy, but I did mention that they were on sale and that's a really good treat for the boys also. And then juice, again, we don't typically buy. But we had these when we went away to the hockey tournament, so we ended up just having a couple extras. Don't know what's going to go in here once we don't have juice and yolks, but I'm sure that we will find a use for it. I ended up just taking everything out and washing them. So I've got some blackberries and blueberries in here, and then some tomatoes and the carrots back there, and then some grapes, a few green grapes and then some red grapes. I typically buy seasonal fruit. I'll also buy fruit that is on sale, fruits and vegetables. I try and price match as best as I can when it comes to grocery shopping because our grocery bill will be so high. Otherwise, our kids eat like crazy. Back there, I just have my olives, some pickles, as well as my garlic stuffed olives that I talked about in my Costco haul. I really enjoy those. And then in these 2 produce drawers, in here I just have some washed produce. So I have 1 head of that 6-pack that I bought at Costco left. 4 sweet peppers that we're going to be using for a couple recipes this week. I also like to eat them raw. We have 2 field cucumbers, bag of chopped salad, some more baby carrots back there, and then some of that lemon. I like to squeeze some of this on chicken or fish or put some in our water. And then this drawer here just has our root vegetables. So we've got a 3-pound bag of carrots, a 10-pound bag of onions because they were $1 for 10 pounds. And you can't go wrong with onions. And then just 1 sweet potato. We'll cut this up for Easton or make sweet potato fries or something like that with it. So that is basically how our fridge turned out. So talking about price matching, let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see a how I grocery shop or how I plan my groceries. Is that good? Easton's eating grapes right here. Yeah, so let me know if you guys want to see like a how I budget for groceries for a family of 5 and soon to be 6, or what I buy typically in a week, or meal planning or anything like that. We try and be as minimal when it comes to how much money we have to spend on groceries weekly. So I definitely am frugal in that aspect, in my opinion anyways. Like I said, our boys eat a ton of food, so we have to make sure that we're feeding them. You're gonna knock over my light. What are you doing? We have to make sure that we're feeding them, and we are adamant on feeding them mainly foods that are healthy for them. There's gonna be some exceptions, and there's gonna be some snack foods. Oh, I put these pops in here, by the way, because there was just nowhere else to put them, and this actual whole shelf was, he's waving at the camera. Are you waving? It's almost nighttime. Yeah, there was no other place to put them, and after throwing out everything that was no good or nearly empty, I had a whole shelf for them. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see any other grocery related videos or even any other organization videos. I am tackling my house this winter and spring before the baby comes because my house is so cluttered and so full of stuff and totally unorganized. You guys have probably seen that in previous clean with me's and organize with me's. I think the next thing I'm going to tackle in the organization category is going to be this kitchen, because I can no longer find anything. Easton has ransacked the whole thing. We had these like cupboard clips and drawer clips, but he ripped them all apart. They were no good. They're not getting a good review, so he has pretty much ransacked my whole kitchen, and things are just everywhere. So I'm definitely gonna film that video for you guys in the next little bit. It's definitely a video that's gonna take a lot longer because we have a ton of cupboard space in here. So I might have to do that in 2 parts or film 2 nap times or something like that. But that one I'm definitely gonna tackle. But let me know in the comments down below what other videos you guys wanna see, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.